welcome to a very special PM Stampin' video. I am joined here today by my son Cody. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Cody has designed this card himself. It's a shaker card, and today we're going to show you how we can make it. This video will be really good to show just how easy it is to make cards, even with the younger generation. So Cody is how old?
11.
Cody is 11, and did you enjoy making this card?
Definitely.
Yay! So like I said, Cody designed it all himself. It was all his idea. So we are going to show you how to make it. We are going to make one slight alteration to the card, and that's that we're going to actually put a sentiment in the middle of here. We realised that it looked a little bit boring. Okay, so these are the ingredients that you will need to make this card. So the first piece is a piece of coloured cardstock. This is 10.5 by 7.5, and it's been scored at 5 1/4. We have 2 pieces of Whisper White, and they are 5 by 7 1/4. One's for the inside of the card and one's for the front of the card. And we have a piece of window sheet that is 3.5 by 3 1/2. So we're going to make these cards together. Cody is going to make a yellow one, and I'm going to make a red one. They're both exactly the same, but we're both gonna make one. So you ready, Cody?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. So the first thing we're going to do is use the Layering Circles framelit dies in my Big Shot machine, and we're going to cut a circle out of our front of our card. I'm going to be really lazy, and I'm going to make Cody cut both of those out for me right now. Okay, so we're going to use the Big Shot machine to cut out our circle, and Cody's going to make our Big Shot sandwich. We start off with our Big Shot platform, and that just gets slotted in. Luckily it tells you on each one of these what you do need, whether you're using a framelit or an embossing folder. It'll tell you which ones you need and which ones you don't, so it's absolutely fine. But for this, the next one I need is the thin die adapter. Cody, put that in for me. Brilliant. We're then going to put one of our cutting mats. It looks very sorry for itself. It's very loved. I use it a lot. Don't panic that it looks like this. This is exactly what they're made for. We're then going to put our piece of cardstock. So this is Cody's card. So Cody's going to decide where he wants to put his hole for his shaker part of his card. It's totally up to him. He can do whatever he wants. So Cody decides where he wants it to go. Puts it into his sandwich. Make sure you're happy.
Yep.
Pop the last layer, which is another cutting board, into his sandwich. And run it through the Big Shot machine by turning the handle. As you can see, you need muscles for this. Cody is doing a really good job, and it'll run out the other side. Once it's right the way through, Cody will show you that it should have made a perfect circle. There you go. So that's all ready for his card. I do recommend keeping the white bit that has been cut out of it. You can use that for other projects. We don't need it today, but it's really good to use for other projects. I'm going to use a scalloped die. It just makes it a bit of a fancier edge. So I'm going to make Cody do that for you now. We'll skip through this bit and we'll see you on the other side. So this is just to show you the difference between the circle framelit and the scalloped framelit. So this is what mine's going to look like on my red card. It's a scallop instead of a perfect circle. Again, I recommend keeping hold of the bit that came out because you can use them for other projects. Okay, so we now have our card fronts each, and we're going to do a bit of sponging. I'm going to use real red because I'm using a red cardstock, and Cody's going to use Delightful Dijon to go with his yellow cardstock. We're just going to do a bit of sponging around the outsides of them, and they're really easy to do. So we're going to open them up. And this is how easy they are. Even an 11-year-old can open those up. Okay, we get our sponge. A lot of people put pegs on the end of them, make it a lot easier to hold. But I don't have them. I quite like having it right at my fingertips. Give it a dibbity dab. Dibbity dab, dibbity dab. Really shouldn't do that. Okay, and then I'm just going to flick it around the edges like so. You can make it as close to the edge as you want, or you can fluff it out a little bit, so we could stretch it out slightly. Whatever you fancy, just all the way around. Pieces ready to go, ready for the next stage.
We are using Henry the chicken for our stamp on our cards. Now this may take a few attempts, so you got to practice it on a piece of paper. A good technique is doing it, knocking on the door like this, and then practicing stamping like this. There. So you may have to do this a few times till you get it right. Now we're going to do it on the real thing. So, you gotta get this right. Yes! I'm doing 2. And I've purposely left out the legs, because I'll do the shakers at the bottom.
Awesome, done!
Yay. Looks like it's sitting on something. I am using Hey Chick above my Henry, and I'm also using You're a Good Egg as well. So use the same technique as the chicken, but for the small ones like Hey Chick and You're a Good Egg, and a lot more of these small ones, you don't do them as hard. Yeah, just do them very, very gently. See? They don't need as much, because if you do this, if you do them hard, and quite a few of them, a few taps, it could go wrong because there'd be like a weird outline, and so I'll do it on the real thing, like. The one my mum did, there's a little bit of outline there, so you don't do it too hard. Okay.
Pressure. Woohoo! Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Now I'm going to do You're a Good Egg in a different colour. So, me and my mum are doing stamps, and I'm doing You're a Good Egg now. Use the same technique as Hey Chick. Test it. Yay!
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to colour our chickens in now. We're going to use the blender pens. I do prefer the markers, but as I said in a previous video, but I don't have them yet. I have got them on order, so hopefully they'll be here soon. So we are going to use the blender pens for this. I just wanted to show you this pen here specifically. The ends are completely dyed. This one is now blue and this one is now red. The one that Cody's using is pretty clean. So people would think that they couldn't use these, but when you give them a wiggle, they are perfectly clear. So they might look blue and red, but you could use any colour on those now. So
we are now going to colour our chickens in.
So when we use the blender pens, we leave the ink pads open slightly, and we've squidged them while they were shut, a bit like this. Squidge, squidge, squidge. It's hard to see, I'm sure, but we squidge them, and it leaves a little puddle in the lids, and that's what we're going to use to paint.
Well, you get your pen and start to rub it in, and all you have to do is draw like a proper pen, like you would a normal pen. It'll be dark at the start and then it'll get lighter. When it gets too light, start to put it back in.
So we're going to go ahead and colour in our chickens. We're not going to make you watch this because I'm pretty sure it's a bit boring, but we'll see you once they're all done. Okay, so we're closing our chickens with our blender pens and inks. They're looking very good. So the next job is to get some sparkle on these bad boys. Okay, so we've brought in our cardstock, our main piece of card, and we're going to measure up roughly where we want this to end up. And we're going to stamp in the centre. This just gives us a really good idea of where it needs to be. So for my sentiment, I'm going to use the thank you stamp that comes out of the thoughtful branches.
And I am going to do have a happy day from the Hey Chick stamps. And a egg also from the chicken stamp. I am also going to use the Tip Top Toupee.
Taupe.
Taupe.
And I'm just going to do mine in basic black.
Remember to tap down lightly, but like you're knocking on a door, and practice.
We're just going to use snail. 1, 2, 3. Now it looks like an absolute mess at the back now, which is completely our fault. So we're going to stick this down, and then I'm going to go back round with my dimensionals, and we'll get this fixed, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, so crisis averted. We've got our window sheet. We've managed to buff up our dimensionals again. Now we are just going to add our sprinkles. I've just got simple red sequins, and you don't want a lot really, but enough to definitely like make a bit of an impact. So about that many.
Okay.
And then add another piece of window sheet just on to the back when you are done. It looks a little bit like this when it's done. Okay, so we're nearly there. All we need to do now is we're going to attach 4 more dimensionals to the back. We're going to put them in each corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, we're going to double them up.
All I now need to do is onto her like so.
So I've had a bit of an issue with my card. I thought I was wiping off a bit of glue with a sponge that has yellow paint on. With it being a yellow sponge, I didn't realise. So my card is now redundant and out of the way.
So when you look inside your card, you stick in the other whispering white so you can write on it. There we go.
And there we go, 3-ish shaker cards. Cody's has come out really, really well. I like the original one, and mine's just a write-off. But that's how we make a shaker card. It hasn't gone completely smoothly. We have made some mistakes along the way, but I hope you've got the general idea. I've really enjoyed making a video with Cody. I hope Cody's had fun.
Yep.
I hope Cody's had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had lots of fun.
That's good. Okay, so I'm going to put my link for my email address on my website along the bottom. If there's any questions that you'd like to ask or any more information you would like, or if you'd like to tell me how to make an actual shaker card without making such a mess of it, that would be just as good. But thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.